Hi, everybody. If you've got something you need to come out about today and you're not quite sure how you're going to get through it or how you can be more mindful during the process, you have come to the right place. Good morning. My name is Seth. I run ComingOutTarot.com. You can always find out more about me over there. But while we're here, we're talking about what you got to come out about. I'm going to use tarot, the Spellcaster's Tarot, to help you figure out how you can do your best. All right, while I'm getting these cards in order, a little bit of housekeeping. I'm on vacation this week. I'm in New Orleans. So I'll be back next week with my lives. But for now, I'm just recording these to make sure that you're still getting this good quality content. Speaking of, if you haven't subscribed, do, so we can keep track of each other. If you do think that this content's useful, you find it helpful, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that I know it's useful, and so it gets in front of other people's feeds is the whole algorithm thing. Speaking of, if you know somebody who needs to hear this message today, share this video with them so they can take advantage of it just like you are. Don't keep me a secret, as my friend Melly says. All right, we're almost in the right space. These cards are almost feeling right. I think I got one more shuffle in here. There it is. All right, here we go. Here's Friday's obstacle, action, and mindfulness. We got more relationship stuff going on today. Our obstacle is the Page of Swords. Our action is the Queen of Swords. And mindfulness is the Ace of Pentacles. So we're about to have a bit of a shift in your coming out experience. There's two bodies needed, just like yesterday. You're not doing this in a vacuum. It's not all you on your own. You're going to be experiencing this with someone else. In fact, what might be going on today, and here's where you're going to realize this is for you or not, this might be a parent coming out to a child. If you were a parent coming out to a child, I think this message is for you today. And don't get stuck in the construct of parent coming out to child. Think of it as someone who is like old soul coming out to new soul as well. So maybe you're someone who is just got that air about you that you've been around a few lifetimes, and you've got to tell somebody who has not been around that long the way of the world. and it's going to be a strong conversation. I think you're both going to learn a lot from each other. The other thing that's interesting to me here is that when that happens, everything changes and things get to start fresh. It's kind of like when a fire goes through a forest and everything's destroyed. It's destroyed, but now it's fertilized. And as long as it rains, new stuff's going to start to grow. And that's where you're going. You're going to tear down some old walls and head into some new growth. And that's really exciting. So what does that mean? Biggest obstacle today in the Page of Swords. Today, you hear that come out? Today, the Page of Swords is fighting against what's actually true, what's real in our lives, what we can trust, what we can believe. Sometimes it's being... It is fighting without all the information. So you might be having arguments without all the information or sharing without all the information. It's only an obstacle in the event that you make it an obstacle. You might just have to ride the fact that you don't know everything, and that might be okay. Why? Because we've got the Queen of Swords here. She knows. She knows when things are right. She's got things where they are, and she's going to make some decisions based on what she knows. So I say that to say, in this conversation you're having, when you're coming out, this old soul, new soul, parental, youth, whatever it is, even though you might not have all the information, you have enough to do something. You have enough to make a decision and then respond based on the feedback that you're getting. And the feedback you're getting is probably going to feel a little bit funky. It may not feel 100% right, but you have the ability to make the best choices when you start getting that feedback. So go with what you know, do it, just do something, and then you can start responding. What's the mindfulness in this exercise? In the Ace of Pentacles, you're going to store away all the things you learn. Keep just like this little squirrel. You're going to, all things you learn. You got all this new information now, and that's when things start to shift and change. That's when you move into this new space. So how are you taking these nuggets of what you've learned and being prepared to use them in a new and exciting way, especially around your family, or who you consider family if it's chosen family? How can you take this stuff? Because we've been talking about like familial type of relationships, parent, child, old soul, new soul. These are people that are meant to be together. In this type of family, how do you create new space in your family based on what you've learned and move it forward in new ways on a new path. All right. I hope this is helpful. If it is, don't forget to subscribe so we can keep track of each other, and hit that thumbs up button so I know it's useful and it gets it in front of other people. We still got some new moon energy going on. It happened on Wednesday. We're also still in retrograde, so things are probably going a little funky, so be careful out there. I will. Oh, also, new moon energy. Don't forget to check out the new moon readings. They're in the new moon playlist. If you haven't seen those already, find your sun sign and go and get some insight on what this new moon has coming in store for you. And I do hope that you have checked out Life Uncloseted with Rick Clemens podcast. Check out Terabytes with the Tarot Lady. Get caught up on all those terabytes because I'm coming March 10th, I think it is. And if you haven't checked out Cardsy B on Instagram, she's also got a podcast, Bad Bitches Tarot, and a deck. I did a great, excited. It felt so good to talk to her. We had some similar approaches to tarot and coming out, and I would love for you to hear that interview. It's also coming out in March. So if you haven't found Cardsy B and the Bad Bitches Tarot, find her podcast and her Instagram, and get involved with her stuff as well. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all later.